Hey everybody, Marc Supsic here. Now, as we move into the holidays, especially under a pandemic, you're likely to be drinking more wine. You may already be drinking more wine. Aside from the well-known national holidays, it's important to remember that we have about 7,500,000 American Jewish people who celebrate other holidays throughout the year. And that means a strong demand for kosher wines from the homeland. So let's do a quick review of 5 wines from David's Land Winery in Israel. And I have to apologize to the people at David's Land because they sent me these wines almost a year ago, and I never did get around to doing this. Before we taste these wines, I want to give a little background on Israeli wines and also kosher standards. For as long as 10,000 years, wine has been made in the land of Israel. Now, Israel was located on a trade route in between Egypt and Mesopotamia, and that's how the grape found its way there. It's even mentioned in the book of Deuteronomy as one of the 7 blessed species of fruit. With such a long history, Israeli wine has had its share of ups and downs, including being completely banned in the 7th century under Muslim rule. Now, it wasn't until the Jews returned from the diaspora in the 19th century that the modern wine industry began anew. Kosher wines follow a biblical production process that makes the wines fit for consumption by practicing Jews. Throughout the process, the wine can only be handled by Orthodox Jews, but non-Jews can offer guidance and instruction. Use of most animal products is forbidden, and oftentimes the wine has to go through a religious ceremony before it's released. Other than that, kosher wine is no different than any other wine. Now forget about those cheap, sweet kosher wines that most Americans have come to know. These are high-quality dry wines coming out of Israel and also other parts of the world. In 1847, the Shore family opened up the very first winery in Israel. And to this day, the winery is still owned and managed by 7th and 8th generation family members. And of course, the name David's Land refers to King David of the Bible, who also happened to be a wine connoisseur. The winemaker Philippe Lichtenstein is a French transplant who makes David's Land wine in a French style. Now I take that to mean that it's more reserved, elegant, and food-friendly. So let's check these wines out. We're going to start with the Chardonnay, and this is part of what they call their Elevation series. It's really nice and crisp with a strong green apple flavor and this curious nutty quality to it. This is the Sauvignon Blanc, and it comes from the Lower Galilee region, which relies on higher elevations in the mountains to get cooler temperatures and therefore crisper wines. This one is still bright and refreshing, but a lot more full-bodied for a Sauvignon Blanc, and it's really strong in peach flavor. Let's taste this Origin Series Merlot. This comes from the Kadesh Valley in Upper Galilee. Give that a nice swirl to unlock all those aromas and flavors. And this wine spends 9 months in French oak, so I'm already starting to smell some oak on this. This is a classic Merlot with those hallmark black cherry and chocolate flavors, and it's fairly young, so I think it could age for a while. This is the David's Land Origin Series Shiraz. That's a delicious Shiraz. It tastes like a jelly jar full of red and blueberry preserves. And let's check out this Elevation Series Cabernet from Upper Galilee. This Cabernet spends 12 months in French oak, so I assume this is going to be pretty oaky. Look how beautiful and dark that color is. So even though all of the red wines here are 13.5% alcohol by volume, this Cabernet comes off as being the most bold and intense, and I think it really needs some protein. I would pair it up with a brisket. So thanks so much for joining me on this tasting today, and I hope I've demonstrated to you that kosher wines have come a long way. These are not the wines that your Bubba and Zeta used to drink. Thanks so much to David's Land for the opportunity, and again, I apologize for taking so long to get around to it. And of course, if you have any questions or comments about these wines or wine in general, you can always drop me a line in the comments section below this video, and I'll get back to you. I'm Marc Supsic. L'chaim.